Hey, it's me, Cool Granny, and if you are new here, go ahead and subscribe. Today we are going to be talking about, while I figure out what to do with my hair, we're going to be talking about how you need to be continuously encouraging your children. So, I don't know where we got to the point to where you guys feel like at 18 that kids don't need recognition, that your children do not need recognition. I don't know about you. I have 6 children, 5 of which are adults, and I promote good behavior, good choices always. And in addition to that, I'm always overly complimentary to my children. I acknowledge all of their achievements, all their hard work, success. I tell my kids constantly how proud of them I am. I noticeably show up for them. And I just feel like somewhere, somehow in the world, we got away from that. Like, your kid's first friend is going to always be you. It should be you first. If it's not, then there's an issue. There's an issue because I pride myself on communicating with my children, being active with my children, being active with my grandchildren. And I see so many people who I meet that be like, oh, you still do this for your kids? Or you still this for your kids? Like, wow, they're grown. Yeah, but guess what? They're still my kids. They aren't grown to me. They are still very much children to me. Not that I treat them like children, but I provide the same nurturing and the same attention, which, let me back it up. When I had my 5 children, I have 5 biologically. I had all 5 of them by the time I was 21. Okay, so I was a child raising children. Like, let's get to that. So I did not have the skills or the know-how to raise 5 children. So I winged it. I knew that there were things necessarily that happened in my childhood that I didn't want my kids to experience. And there were things that did happen that I wanted my kids to experience. And so what I did was I just created my own set of traditions and how I did things with my kids. And we kind of like raised each other, so to speak. Like, they taught me, I taught them. And so with that, I wasn't the most nurturing mother at first. I raised my kids by myself, with minimal support on either side, mine or his. And I think it forced me, is the word I want to use, to be a stronger individual. Top that little heater. It forced me to be a stronger individual. And with that, it helped me recognize things a lot sooner than most people. So initially, raising them, no, I was not this, oh my God, give me hugs and kisses. I didn't have time for that. I had to work or we didn't eat. Like, that was literally what I told my kids. I don't work, we don't eat. So I worked a lot. Always 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs, right, to provide. I made it a point to show up for events. I put my kids in sports. I put them in music, anything to keep them out the streets. And I made it a point to show up. So now I have a sixth child. And we won't get on his absent parent. We're just gonna leave it alone. Absent means absent, period. So, but he is in sports. And let me tell you something. Countless times we have went to games, track meets, whatever. And there is no support for these kids. So you put your kids in these academics, in these sports, and you don't show up for them. Why? Why? What is the purpose of you putting them into something and you can't see them performing? It doesn't matter what it is. It could be sports. It could be an academic club. It could be anything. Why are you putting your kids in something that you're not going to show up for? So it starts there. And that's why a lot of people who don't understand me and my children's relationship, that's their mentality. Like, oh, well, yeah, they got a basketball game, but yeah, I can't make it to this one because I have a hair appointment. Or it'd be something minuscule, something reschedulable. You feel me? And then y'all wonder why when them kids grow up and you get older, the first place they're taking your ass is to a home. Because the same way you ain't pay attention to them, it's going to be the same way that they're not going to pay attention to you. And that's very disheartening because even early on, I knew I wanted to be a mother. I knew two things. I knew I wanted to be a mother, and I knew I didn't want to be poor. Those are the two things I knew for sure. Like, I knew that those two things I was going to make happen. I knew that I wasn't going to be homeless, and I knew I was going to be a mom. How good of a mom, I didn't know yet. And I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't even tap into my best mom potential until I started having grandchildren. Now, just a tad backstory. I raised my 5 children alone. I was strict. Ask any one of my children. I was very strict. I was no nonsense. I didn't play about education. I did not play about hygiene. I did not play about respect for one another. Okay? They fought each other. They had to fight me. Ask my kids. That's how I did it. You punch your brother, I'm punching you. To this day, my kids are... Okay? So, to go to games or go to outings in general and see parents not interacting with their children, not supportive of their children, it's sad. It's sad because I'm going to tell you what it does. It leads to resentment towards you, and it's discouraging to them. My daughter was the youngest in her LPN class. Well, one of the youngest. She had a friend, and they're the same age. And all of the other ladies were older women. And in the beginning, it was overwhelming for my daughter because she's like, Mom, I'm literally like one of the youngest people in here. And she was the youngest African American, like in the class. She was the youngest black student. I'm sorry. Youngest black student in class. Well, the only black student in class, scratch that. She got an award. I forget what it was called. But anyway, they have a pinning ceremony is what they call it. It's not for graduation. It is basically the completion of the course. And it's a little, I don't know, some of you nurses would know more about it, but it's a pinning ceremony. And the amount of family that showed up for certain families and not others because they didn't deem it to be important was sad. My sons came from work. My daughter that graduated, she is the middle child. My sons came from work. Mind you, her brothers are both older than her. I took the day off Um, it's important for your children to know that you are proud of them, that you see the fight in them, and you're gonna fight it with them. I still help my children financially. Now, with that comes, as long as I see that you are trying, I'm going to try with you. If you're just trying to BS me around, that don't last long with me because I don't play about my money. But I definitely help my kids out financially. If they are short, they didn't get, my one son works while he goes to school. He works retail. Everybody know how retail hours is. We ain't got to say less. He still lives at home. I help him. I have a daughter that doesn't live at home. She will be 26. She has 3 of my 4 grandchildren. I help them. I just want people to understand that having children and being a parent doesn't stop at 18 or 21. Because half the shit we know today, we didn't know by 18 or 21. Like, let's be honest. We did not know. I didn't know shit at 21. All I knew at 21 was I was a mom of 5 kids. And I had to do whatever the hell I needed to do to make sure that I provided for said kids. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No handouts with or without dad's help. Any of that. Yes, one father. Before y'all get my comments. One father. Support your children. Whether it be, and people don't have the means to help their kids financially. I don't always have it. I always try to get it. I don't always have it. I always try to get it. I always try to figure something out. But even if it's just words of affirmation, even if it's just you simply telling your child every day that you love them and that you're proud of them. I appreciate my children. And I'm going to tell you why I appreciate my children. Because, for one, if it wasn't for my children, I'd probably be in jail somewhere. They changed the whole totality of me. Sorry, that's my son's dog. They changed the entire totality of my existence. Yes, they did. So for that, I'm forever grateful. And a lot of times when younger women, doesn't matter the race, when younger women have children, a lot of times it's because they lack love and caring in other areas. And the way that they taught me what unconditional love is unmatched. So even though I am in a very healthy relationship, if I was not in it, I would have been comfortable with me because my kids taught me that. They taught me that. They have taught me to love myself. For that, I'm forever grateful. And for that, I'll be forever supportive. Because what else are we if we're not parents? Yeah, we are managers. We are sisters and we're this and that. But we parents first. And I think as we get older, we lose sight of that. And because of that, our kids lose their way. So to all the parents who be on here talking about how they not doing this and that because that child is grown, I'm going to pray for that baby. I'm going to pray for that baby's safety and covenant. And I'm going to pray for that baby's success. And with that prayer, I'm going to pray that along their path that they meet someone who understands that sometimes they just need a place of solace. They just need a simple word. They just need a listening ear or a crying shoulder. And since you were not able to provide it, that person is. Because stop going out here kicking these kids out on the street if they trying. Putting these kids out if they pregnant. taking these kids' money when they work. Now, granted, we all split the bills here. We all split the bills here. Okay? Now, my youngest two, they pay a utility because, you know, they don't make as much as everyone else. So fair is fair, right? We do what's fair. But if you're taking money from your 15, 16, 17-year-old child, you're still responsible for that child. The child's still a minor. Knock that shit off. But I pray that this video comes across. Yes, I put heat protectant in here, y'all, beforehand. I hope this video comes across some parents who have lost their way with their children and they needed a sign to reach out to them. This is your sign. Go call that baby. Go meet with that baby. Go hug that baby. If your child is battling with some type of addiction, go through them steps with them. Help them. And it's hard. Nobody said parenting was easy. Nobody. But it's very much rewarding. It's very much rewarding. I am now a grandmother of 4. I couldn't be happier. My kids are amazing. And if you knew me coming from me, you'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe her kids are that good. Right? Because I wasn't shit. Okay? And I get to look at 5 children that I produced on my own and a 6th one that I am raising that are amazing individuals. Good people. Good people. Be in tune with your children. Rep your children. You feel me? Shout them out. Let them know that you see the work in them. Keep the hustle going. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's all they need to just keep the fight going, especially boys. Boys get discouraged easily. I know. I have 3 boys. They get discouraged really easily. Let them know you are here. You are in support. Do you want to talk? And let them know that they are loved and that they are doing a good job. Y'all stop acting like the fucking warden. In this time that we are in right now, love your damn kids. Love on your kids. And stop playing around. But I'm going to finish the other side of this head. And y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Have a good day.